Hey Casey, how's it going? Just wanted to check in, see how the arm's doing, make sure you haven't done that. Here we go again. So, what you working on there? Right, hang on.
Have seen hunger cold and ravenous older than the sun and sky straining at the maw of the world, and it shall be made to feast. They will all feast. The universe is a single equation, a weapon aimed by the motion of dying stars gnawing empty at their prey, and my engine will turn great wheels of iron and earth and flesh, and in the beating crystalline heart of that machine shall be made life and
Odyssey discontinued translation.
Life to sate the world, the void.
Odyssey respond.
Life as the old
gods knew before the fall,
before the flood, before the
beast walked the earth on sulphurous hooves and breathed its rod across the garden of man, and they will all feast.
Okay, so how about I just leave you to that, and I will come back later. I need a guard on this door! Okay, so I go to bed, I come back, it's all torches, there's a man in my basement, I know whose fault it is, to be clear. I know how this happened, but I don't know why. Alright, so here's a little closer to the finished product, if you can ignore all the scaffolding. It's made it a hell of a lot easier having actual building blocks over here. I spent a hot second moving all my stuff that I just moved from over there all the way back over to here, and there's still some stuff I haven't gotten. But where's my ender chest? Is inside, so I actually just have to go up here and get this like a sucker. Okay. So this is closer to what we're looking at. Again, I want to mossify it a little more. I just got to actually sit down and do it. I wanted to finish the bulk of the main structure first. Like I'd like to get a lot more moss up there and some more leaves and some more vines and that sort of thing. But you can see what we're going for a little better here. Something I did want to do, and I want to see if I have any. That wouldn't be the place. Yeah, actually. I'm experimenting with this. So as sort of, actually, do I have crimson too? Yes, I do. Okay. I have been experimenting with this as sort of flowers, right? So it's a similar enough color to the azalea. I would like it if there was some sort of flowering vine, like the one that they were going to put in the game and then scrapped or something. I don't know. But, you know, like if you could just put the cherry petals, you know, is there a way I can see those from here? These things, you know, if you could put those on the sides of blocks so that they could sort of blend in with the azalea leaves, I think that would be nice. I might put a flowering azalea leaf here or something. This is my only one, which is kind of concerning. So I got to farm a couple more of those. I think I'm feeling good about this. I was feeling good about it before, but I hadn't actually built it yet, and I wasn't sure how it was going to look. But I think this is not looking half bad. And of course now the sun is setting, and I'm not going to be able to do the full 360 of the thing. I'm experimenting with some banners. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to get weird with the color palette around here. And when I do, I want to be able to have a banner that sort of goes with each of those. So I've got contingencies for every occasion. I finally decided we don't have shulker boxes yet because we haven't fought the Ender Dragon. We probably will soon. But I just went and I got some mules and I got some donkeys. They're apparently right over there. I've got a, you can't really see it because the scaffolding's in the way. I've put a spore blossom up there. That's sort of going to be a recurring motif. I got like a moss awning or something here. I'm still debating whether I want that to be wool or not. Because, you know, obviously it's supposed to be a normal awning, but who knows. I don't know who lit this up. I got to assume it was Zacticon. I thought he was on vacation, and then I log back in and this whole thing is cleared and there's a zombie villager in my bed. So I don't know what to think. Is he still over there? Yes, he is. Okay. So let's just real quick, let's take a quick look before it gets too dark at some of this stuff. I don't know that the back is, yeah, the back I think is still a little behind schedule. Just because of how difficult it is to get a good look at on account of the sheer cliff face. But yeah, come on, here we go. We have this room. No way to get up to this room yet, but it's getting there. I apparently didn't finish the ceiling. I'm out of food, and I should probably go get some more. That's going to be an issue. Yeah, apparently didn't completely finish this. Oh, because yeah, I was filling it in from the top. There's another floor up here, and I was building the floor to that, but because of this wall, it didn't fill in the, yeah. And then this tiny room up here. I don't know what the hell's going to be in here either, or how I get out of here. And the interior is, I mean, passable. It's not how I want it. I'd like to work on it a little more. We'll see what I can do about that. It's all sort of a proof of concept. I think I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna hold off mossifying and pressure washing. I don't know, removing the dust from the bottom parts of future buildings until after I've got a larger amount of the structure in. I think that's probably going to be the last step. I sort of started with that on this one, and it proved to make things a lot more difficult. But it's passable so far. I've got a bed, I've got a chest with all of my disorganized stuff in it, and more disorganized. It's disorganized, I think you'll find is a recurring theme here. Disorganization and spore blossoms. Those are the two recurring motifs you need to look out for. Down here is what I'm just calling the palette room. This is sort of the block combination that I'm going to be sticking with as best as possible. So, you know, this needs to oxidize, obviously, but I didn't wax that, did I? No. Okay, that obviously needs to oxidize so it blends in. I didn't have a pre-oxidized trapdoor, but sort of the warped wood for accents. This is, you know, not proportionate to scale. Some of this for a little more accent I think would be nice. The leaves and the grass and the moss obviously going to be a big part of it. Jungle wood, obviously the floors, the stairs, all of that, because it's sort of the closest wood color I think to the mud, and it all sort of looks like it's coated in the same dust, you know. And the mud, the granite, I'm going to start mixing in as well. I think I'm normally very vocally against granite. I've been a long time opponent, but once you mute the color a little bit, like I've done in the resource pack, and you mix it with the mud and it actually kind of blends okay. It's like one of the closer colors to the mud. It's a little more red, but I think it works. I'm going to try mixing that in, and the decorated pots are going to be important too. I got to get more of these shards. I'm going to say shard. I know the proper word is sherd, but I know that sherd is the proper archaeological term, okay? I'm not taking issue with the fact the game calls them sherds. I'm taking issue with the fact that the archaeologists call them sherds. For God's sake, people. Really? Is that the best you can come up with? You might as well not have even tried at that point if sherd is what you're sticking with. Now, of course, the embarrassing thing is that I have this, you know, Blackstone through Deep Slate into Tough gradient, because this is also a very important part of it, obviously. And that's actually just over here. That's not indicated at all in the palette room. It's hidden under the stairs by the circular saw. There's one more thing I wanted to do. I keep almost eating this, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to walk over and get more food. But I'm going to do something that I'm probably going to regret in the future. But this is something that Foundation brings to the table. If I, well, first of all, I should mention, you're not going to notice this at all, because this horse cannot jump to save its life. I don't know how a single horse can be this poor. But I mean, this is a fully charged jump. I don't even think it's clearing a block. And you're not even going to notice the cool feature. You'll notice that little icon. All of my where this says like attack damage or whatever, I've changed the little icons because I think that having the full attribute name takes up too much space. But that, of course, is jump height, as you might expect. And you're not gonna notice this because of just how little of an increase 10% is going to be. But it does make it jump a little higher. See, it actually cleared that block. It didn't that time, but that was because I let go of space too early. But something Foundation brings to the table in addition to this, I think gold horse armor will make it faster. Iron horse armor will give it more health. Just to have a reason to use them, you know? But if you feed it a golden apple, and this, of course, is dedicated to a hilarious incident during a large combat event, probably about 10 years ago now, where as part of a charity live stream, a man was given a golden apple for a lump sum of quite a hefty donation to charity, and accidentally fed it to his horse. I wanted to honor that in such a way that it sort of makes sense that the fact that you can do this at all is crazy, and it really should give you some bonus. So we're going to see what that is. I think that was health. I think my data pack might be broken. They changed attributes like at the last minute before this release, and it's entirely possible that I did not fix something correctly. Well, yeah, okay, that's the problem. They changed the attribute tag from uppercase A to lowercase a. We're going to try this again. I just fixed it. Oh, hell yeah. That's better, too. I probably should have just, in the interest of fairness, increased its maximum health, because that's what would have increased had it worked previously. But I wanted to see if I could get something a little better, and I did. Yes! Okay, that's better. All right. Now, the gamble with this is that it has a chance. You can technically max out your horse's stats doing this, but it does have a chance for a duplicate. So you can max out its jump and then feed it another golden apple, and it'll just max out its jump again, which is already maxed out. And I think that's a decent balance. Also, it saves me from having to, calculate whether or not you've already maxed out its jump boost, and it saves me 2 lines of code. So win-win for everyone. Okay, I think that is a pretty good start and should give you some idea of where this is going to be going in the future. This is incredibly dangerous to be doing in free cam. I'm going to fall off here in moments, but I think this is a good start and probably a good place to hit pause on this project for now, because while I've been doing this, Casey has been doing something in the bird plate with his crockpot machine, and by the sounds of it, he's ready to turn it on the world. So we're going to go down there, and then after that, we're probably going to go fight the Ender Dragon, which is good because that keeps happening. Well, you're going to have to come out here and watch how high my horse can jump.
Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? Because
Casey.
why not?
Casey? Anybody? How do I get out of here? Oh. Alright, so I get over there and I discover that Aang has been having some difficulties with his redstone. Quasi-connectivity, observers placing the way that observers play, the usual sort of thing. Now, he has a fairly obvious solution for this, and it's just an item that rotates pre-placed redstone components like they've had in every single mod since the dawn of time, and it's not a bad idea. I tried doing it earlier in Foundation's development cycle, and I just kept running into edge cases I couldn't fix, so I scrapped it, but it's not a bad idea. I do have some notes about how the suggestion was presented. I'm over here. I might as well see what the problem is. Okay. I can't help him with this. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
to reiterate, this is his house. I have some bad news. This is something that is outside of my capability to do in a way that anyone will find meaningful. I've tried, and it really does not work well at all. I'm good, I think, on sand. You can keep that.
I'll take some.
Good God!
I'll take some if you're offering.
That's a lot of sand!
Someone wet apes it on sand.
Guys, I'm just gonna say it. Aang was a good hire. Alright, are we opening now? Oh shoot, hang on.
Translator activated. Arda, Eres me Angles. Modo, Español Inglés. Profile, Grandmother to English.
Are you good?
Welcome to Granny's Bakery. Thanks for coming to the grand opening. I keep free food stocked in the table barrel and above the door, so stop by whenever for food.
Ooh, it's fresh toast in here.
Yeah, you want a
Oh,
cheese
Bubba.
board or maybe a
More will be available soon.
suspicious dessert?
Let me take some pasta.
I might come back for it.
Today everyone's gonna get a chance to try the system. Throw ingredients into the oven, food will come out to the table barrel. Check this barrel for different recipes and pick one out, should be one for everyone. Did you get a recipe?
Yes, I got the lettuce wrap, so I just throw it in here.
Throw all 3 ingredients at once,
Okay.
the whole stacks.
But you did show
Wait.
me you did show me how it works.
You see, I like interesting, like, mods and automation stuff. And, like, I read stuff to try to understand it, but I never do it.
Yeah. I've been
I'm
there.
Maybe not
basically in
catch
that
me.
same boat.
Like, I think it's so interesting, it's so cool, like, I love that you can do it. But then you try to teach me about it. No thoughts behind my eyes.
Yep.
Let's head outside and see a rail input.
Oh yeah.
I was climbing all over the rails before.
That's
So,
probably an
Llama.
Iscas.
Put yours in. Yup.
Oh, no. One item.
What did you put in? A sword?
My KSC buckets.
Or that, yeah.
Why?
I'm one with a redstone now. Oh, hi.
Llama, are you
I
okay?
don't know. Oh, well.
Let's go see the machine.
Oh lord.
The machine.
Look out, everyone. We're going into the machine.
So much redstone.
Come to the basement.
Don't press any buttons,
Ow.
arrows, or anything
Don't throw
like
any
that.
wind charges, please.
For the love of everything, don't throw wind charges.
What the fuck?
First time seeing the machine, Llama?
First time seeing a certain component
Sunshine.
or machine.
Yeah.
It's part right or
Yeah, this is
sub or it's facing
Hello.
nothing.
Well, that observer
Oh.
pulses when that piston goes off. Because the observer itself moves.
Listen.
It's a
think
weird
Sunshine
sort
died.
of monostable circuit, I guess. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? The technology that this is designed to interface with only exists here. There would be no other use case for anyone else to design this.
This is the automatic quadra crockpot.
Yeah, that's... Again, I feel bad that this is partially my responsibility.
You can see it switch between 4 different crockpots. Green is recipe determination and
It's,
ingredient
I mean,
distribution.
this specifically is like reading the Necronomicon,
Blue is ingredient distribution card
trying to
timing.
understand it. You go mad from the revelation.
Purple is ingredient filter clearing.
And this is like
Yeah.
sorry code. Uncommented sorry code to me.
Literally code to make spaghetti, so... But I went to college. DarkLlama's very smart. I know at
Makes
least 2
sense.
other people here are currently in college. Some of us must be able to put our heads together and understand this with all of the wisdom we were promised by higher education. But no,
I'm looking at it and I can like understand like
My brain
how
cell.
it's getting all the ingredients there, but how it's knowing when the pistons do stuff, that's not
yeah,
my I'm not a redstone person.
well, I mean, again, I am, and I still don't get it. And I coded the crockpot.
The hard part is determining different recipe types.
I think it's pretty rude to be laying down on the beans,
That's
man.
Dora.
Yeah. Sorry.
Mama, did you just put your
Didn't
feet
mean
in
to.
Casey's barrel of beans?
No?
I'm gonna go back and check the security footage later, and if you're lying to me...
Security footage.
Totally didn't it?
He did.
All right.
All right.
Bubblegum?
Now we can make the Royale.
Okay.
Bubblegum might have to be later.
Yeah. We want
There you
to
go.
we want to make the grand event while everyone's still here.
Don't worry about this.
She's
In
supposed
the
to sit on the
house?
rafters. In the house.
Don't worry about it.
And meanwhile, Carl's trying to burn himself alive.
Yeah, don't die in the machine, please. It will put all of your stuff into the machine.
Oy.
Ah, that would be
And
crazy.
Casey will not be happy.
In case we probably banned you from the bakery.
How did I make an armor and cooked flesh sandwich? Also, I will say, if anyone's not bringing blocks to the end, that's usually a good thing to have.
Yeah, bring like 3 stacks of blocks. Well,
Yeah, she probably.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yep. These are the 2
that
things
was
I
the
always
item
forget.
I was
Rockets and
missing.
blocks. Hey, Aang, would you mind if anyone took a whole bunch of your cobblestone?
Yeah, it's a Raid Aim's house.
Yeah.
Let's get Raid 8's house.
Yeah! Call us when the Royale is done, Casey. We're gonna go play with some rocks.
What was that?
Forget your incredible machine. I don't actually need cobblestone. I just wanted to be a part of something. I'll take a stack.
Oh.
Hell yeah. I'll take the. I guess you can take
Royales
the
for
3
all.
stacks. I'll take because I got a lot of other stuff on me that'll probably.
That's crazy. Thanks.
Now this is a very good food because it's made by combining 3 other very good foods.
Royale has great bonuses.
The bonuses are shorter,
Thank you.
but you get more of them at once. All right, so is that everything, and we can go to the stronghold now?
Yup.
Okay.
That's my turn
coming
to
back.
leave, 'cause I won't be there long.
That is really
Have
cool.
fun.
All right.
See ya.
Have
I'll try and get you some
Bye.
wings.
I'll bring you back a T-shirt. I am going to be making an armadillo golf course in the future, though.
Do armadillos have some special property that I'm not aware of? What?
What are you confused
How would
by?
you golf with them?
Well, because they roll up into a ball and hold perfectly still and become immune to damage. So you hit them with a knockback thing, and they
That's
don't take
amazing.
they don't take a whole lot of damage, and
I
they just
thought
go
the
flying.
armadillos were golfing.
The armadillos are not playing golf. The armadillos are the golf ball.
You're telling me a shrimp frying this rice?
Yes.
But it's
Yes.
armadillo golfing.
Yes. There ain't nothing in the rules that says an armadillo can't play golf.